What's up, YouTube? Eldridge Bell here with another edition of Literate Sports Show. And this topic is about the Denver Broncos and Brock Osweiler, and should they start Brock Osweiler for the rest of the season. I wasn't going to do this video mainly because I think it's just too quickly to say that, only after one or two games, actually 2 games. I want to wait, but so many people are talking about it, and so many of my friends who are Broncos fans say, man, they most of them are saying, let's go with Brock. Let's go with Brock. And I can see how, especially after beating the Patriots, when everybody's saying how Bill Belichick kind of embarrasses young quarterbacks. And even though Brock Osweiler has been in the league about 4 years, he hasn't played that much. Actually, he hasn't played at all, except for in the preseason. And that's one of the reasons why people are going to think I'm crazy. But if Peyton Manning is healthy, where he can play a lot better than he did, like if he can play like he played in the bye week on a consistent level, I think you got to go with Peyton, because one thing I always say about players, the difference between, the one thing I say about players is that how good are you is based on how you do when there's film on you. And right now there's no film on Brock Osweiler. He's only played 2 games, and preseason doesn't really count because nobody's going to look at preseason tape. So I'm curious to see how, if Brock Osweiler plays a couple more weeks, how is he going to fare when people are going to figure out his tendencies, and how can he bounce back? And if he can bounce back when people are actually starting game planning for him, then I say you go with then you probably have to go with Brock Osweiler. But me, I say you got to go with Peyton Manning, because Peyton Manning has done it before. There's thousands of film tapes on this man, and he still is able to put up big numbers, with the exception of most of this year. So if Peyton Manning is healthy, I say you go with the Hall of Famer, and you let the young guy sit back and learn some more. Now, all this is out the window. One, if Peyton Manning isn't close to being healthy, or even 75% of being healthy. 2, if Brock Osweiler slowly steadies his improvement, where week to week he's getting 3 or 4 touchdowns, and the team is moving like a well-oiled machine. And to some extent, Brock Osweiler has impacted the offense as more so on the running game than the passing game, because before, C.J. Anderson and Ronnie Hillman, they couldn't really get consistent yards, but now you're seeing them getting over 100 yards. Like C.J. Anderson got 113 yards, 7.5 average against the Patriots. The week before that, against the Bears, Ronnie Hillman got he got over 100 yards. So the running game seems to be clicking with Brock Osweiler in there, and that's probably due to the fact that Brock Osweiler is 10 times more mobile than Peyton Manning. And one thing I will give Brock over Peyton Manning is his common knowledge, is he's able to mitigate the offensive line woes with his mobility. You see oftentimes where Brock, if a free rusher's coming at him, he's able to dodge him and run for 3 or 4 yards, whereas Peyton Manning, he basically has to sit like a lame duck and say, yep, you got me, coach. You got me. Good rush. So that's one thing that Brock also has in his favor. But, like I said earlier, maybe I'm partial to seeing Peyton Manning play, and maybe I'm partial to him kind of riding out, hopefully with one good title shot. But I can understand the argument for people, especially Bronco fans, saying, you know what, let's go with Brock Osweiler. We got a great Super Bowl caliber defense. We don't have the same turnovers that we have with Peyton Manning. I get that. I just want to see if Peyton Manning can come back healthy, then I think you go with the Hall of Famer. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think you go with the young guy, Brock Osweiler, where they're on a 2-game win streak, and the offensive game is clicking? The running game is clicking. Emmanuel Sanders is getting more involved, and the defense already know what the defense is. Or do you go with Peyton Manning, the guy who's been there and done that? He's been to 3 Super Bowls. Has all kinds of records. If healthy, you go back to him. Let me know what your thoughts are. Please don't forget to leave suggestions or comments. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Literate Sports Show. Thank you so much for watching, boys and girls.